Once a new medication is approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, also known as the FDA, there may be instances where the drug is not immediately available for your doctor to prescribe the medication. Why is that? Compounds that have a potential for patient dependence and abuse are classified as scheduled or controlled substances under the Controlled Substances Act. In the United States, for new chemical entities under development for therapeutic use, the FDA makes recommendations, and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, also known as HHS, completes an analysis and recommendation about whether a drug should be scheduled as a controlled substance. Ultimately, the Drug Enforcement Administration, also known as the DEA, makes the final determination, but takes the analysis and recommendation into account during the scheduling process. In the case of a new drug approved by the FDA, the final DEA scheduling determination generally occurs within several months and in some cases longer. The DEA issues an interim final rule controlling the drug 90 days after receipt of the FDA HHS analysis and recommendation or notice of the FDA approval of the new drug application, also known as the NDA, whichever is later. There are 5 federal schedules for controlled substances known as Schedule 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The regulatory requirements that apply to a drug vary depending on the particular controlled substance schedule into which a drug is placed, based on consideration of a number of factors, including its potential for dependence and abuse, as well as its intended medicinal uses. The substances with the highest abuse potential are classified as Schedule 1, and as the drug schedule changes, so does the abuse potential with Schedule 5, representing the least potential for abuse. Schedule 1. These drugs have no currently accepted medical use and high potential for abuse. Examples include heroin, marijuana, and LSD. Schedule 2. Includes drugs or substances that have a high potential for abuse and may potentially lead to severe psychological or physical dependence. Examples include cocaine, methadone, oxycodone, methamphetamine, fentanyl, Adderall, and Ritalin. Schedule 3. Are drugs or substances with moderate to low potential for physical and psychological dependence and include products containing less than 90 milligrams of codeine per unit dosage, ketamine, anabolic steroids, and testosterone. Schedule 4. Includes drugs or substances that have a low potential for abuse and low risk of dependence, and some examples include drugs such as Xanax, Darvocet, Ativan, Valium, Ambien, and Tramadol. Schedule 5. Are drugs or substances that have a lower potential for abuse than Schedule 4 and may contain limited quantities of certain narcotics and are generally used for antidiarrheal, antitussive, and analgesic purposes. Some examples include drugs like cough syrup, Robitussin AC, Lyrica, and Lomotil. Some of the FDA-approved medications that are used to treat seizures, otherwise known as anti-seizure medicines or ASMs, or anti-epileptic drugs or AEDs, are designated as Schedule 3, 4, or 5 controlled substances. However, there are some anti-seizure medicines that are not scheduled. To learn more information about drug scheduling, please visit www.dea.gov/drug-information/drug-scheduling.